Hi Virgo. Would like to close these windows. I should have done before. Anyway, so I was just trying to, think and not think, but like really short meditation just so I could kind of feel energetically where you guys are at. And what kept coming to mind were dandelions. So naturally I look up the spiritual meaning of dandelions. And, we look at them like they're a weed, which has always bothered me. It's like digging up weeds in the garden. It's like people just rip out all these dandelions. And I'm like, these are like cute little flowers. Why are you ripping them out? So, a big message behind dandelions is that, it's part of the sunflower family. It's also representative of the sun, looks like a little sun. And the sun represents positivity and abundance. And dandelions have this ability to be this sweet little yellow ball of happiness and hope in any condition. And that's why we look at them like they're a weed, because they'll grow out of, a crack in the sidewalk. They will grow on the side of the road. They don't need all this tending to. They're just kind of there. Okay, so the hangman just popped out, and if you look behind his head, what does that look like? A dandelion? Yeah, it does. And with the hangman being popped out, I think there's a need to change your perception. Change your perception of a person, a situation. Try to see the positive. Yes, and with the dandelion being behind his head, I do think sorry, my neck is killing me if I keep moving my head weird. But I think it's a message to find the positives in your environment, but also obviously change your perspective within yourself as well. Okay, so what do we have for Virgo? I just got the Osho Zen Tarot, and I've been using the cards to kind of tell us, energy going into the reading, energy going out. I don't know how I like it for doing a full tarot reading, but I love the cards a lot. Okay. It's I didn't want to take 3, but I felt like I really needed to take 3. Okay, so the bottom of the deck we have understanding. That's in the reverse. So, in the bottom of the tarot deck we have the 4 of Swords. So, the energy we have going into the reading, we have creativity. I think there's a creative project that you've been working towards where you are facing or have been facing some form of stagnation, and you're seeing it as stagnation, but I don't think it is. I think it's something that you need to change your perspective on to get a new understanding of what you're working with. Okay, so in the past we have the Ten of Swords, the Six of Swords, and the Ten of Pentacles in the reverse. Very clearly, you have decided to walk away from a family situation. I didn't see you emotionally walk away, but you made like a mental choice to separate. This could be in pursuit of, a creative project, but hang on. Yeah, it looks like it's in pursuit of a creative project, but I don't know, it's almost like you don't have full understanding the impact that this is going to have in a way. Or maybe you've put some creative project on pause because, you're making this big move. In the present, we have the High Priestess, the Six of Pentacles, and Strength. It's interesting. So with the Six of Pentacles in the middle, you could see yourself in a position of power, right? Especially where you've kind of walked away from your family because it's like, oh, well, I need to move on this way. There's a sense of, giving, but giving from a place where your ego is involved. You're not giving to someone, you're giving to someone, like they're down below you. And I feel like there are two people here. If we want to look at, it could be a dysfunctional family dynamic where you have the scapegoat, black sheep of the family represented by the High Priestess, and then you have the Strength card represented, being like the golden child, right? And, in the Six of Pentacles, we have the two as well. There's two people there. And what the scapegoat or black sheep, golden child dynamic is when one parent, usually narcissistic, projects their positive qualities onto one child and projects all their negative qualities onto another. So the person being the projection of the negative qualities, it's like, that's not somebody we want. They're kind of like, we'll deal with them the least that we have to. And, you look at the card, like, the High Priestess, she's in the dark, she's behind the curtain. She's alone in this card, right? And then with the Strength card, he's like hanging out, he has like a lion, like, look at my cool lion, he's in the sun, or she in this card, whichever. And there's just a lot of feeling of hope around the Strength card, obviously. And you might see this card, or see this person as like, a very strong person and very, has a lot in front of them. They're in like a field with like this wide open pasture. It's like they can look forward and, have all of this like in front of them, but it's like the High Priestess is kind of just like in this room. But it's like, just because they at the moment might not be in a space where it's open, full of possibility, that doesn't mean that their potential is not there, but that's how you're looking at them. In the future position, we have the Ten of Wands, the Ace of Swords, and the King of Swords. So you're obviously feeling a very heavy burden, okay? And if this is leaving your family, it's a lot. Moving is a lot. But it's like you feel very sure of yourself, but you don't actually have the clarity that you think you do. And it's like, is this move hurting somebody? Or is it like, if you look here, it's like you can see the sword is kind of going into the King of Swords. So maybe it's like you will be sure of yourself, but not until you get that clarity from the Ace of Swords that you're waiting on. I mean, the energy I feel from this reading, it's pretty cold. I'm going to be honest. It feels very detached. I just realized this card. Yes. The energy we have going out, we have abundance and the Creator in reverse. And then we have courage, which if you look, what is that? A flower growing out of a crack, right? What did I just talk about with the dandelion? So I'm not saying that you won't eventually reach this abundance and creation in the upright. But when it's in the reverse, I think there's a delay. There's a delay, having abundance in the area that you want to, because you need more courage to move forward. You need courage to look at yourself. You need courage to look at your family, the people around you. And it's not until you see things, yourself included, as they really are, that you can get these things. But, don't be afraid to be like that little dandelion that can, grow in the crack of a sidewalk. And, it's like dandelions can survive through a lot of things, and so can you. But, yeah, I mean, the Four of Swords is here, right? And I think it's having courage to take a minute to stop and go within yourself and change your understanding. And that's really the way you're going to move forward and make this giant leap that you're trying to. But Virgo, that's all I have for you right now. Thank you for being here, and I will see you soon.